Whoa. There's so much room.
And I'm Yanny.
Together we are the NyanCave, but there is, hey.
It's not there anymore.
Not there
It doesn't
anymore.
explode anymore.
Nope.
What do you think of that?
What's your guys' feelings?
It lacks impact.
Can you make it more purple,
Could you put a goat in there?
I don't want the color purple, though. I want it to feel purple, you know?
Yeah, it's going to have freaking sounds that go whoosh and maybe a little ding. Maybe a dingle. Maybe a dingle.
Why is there no
It's case 4 start. Like the video. I don't know what's going to happen in this. All I do, make Athena on the thumbnail and she's there.
Oh, wow. People missed the explosion. You missed the explosion? I thought the explosion would get a little tired after a while.
Yeah, Clay was like, don't make a new intro and don't put the explosion in.
I said that. I actually said that.
Yeah.
I know that people won't believe that I said that, but I actually said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, don't make it explode.
Why did we explode? Oh, right, better than bad. That's what it was.
And you're
Yeah,
like,
that's why.
and you're like, I like the
exploded.
intro you made, but make it explode. And so I did, and you're like, yes, this is good.
Yeah.
And the whole time, everybody, I want to say that I'm with you. I love the explosion. Okay?
There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
So what you're saying is we want the explosions. More explosions.
I don't know. That's what Chad seems to be saying.
We'll get a poll going.
I thought the explosion would kind of, run its course.
Lose its whimsy.
Yeah,
if you
lose
will.
its whimsy. The first time the explosion comes in, you're like, whoa, and then after
So
a while,
vote 0 if you like explosion. Vote 1 if you don't like explosion.
You know what? Maybe just have like an explosion on a button, and then we can just get
And
them
then just
sometimes with the
manual
explosion.
explosion.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh, that's exciting.
And then they'll never see it coming.
Oh man.
Oh, you made a poll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I was going to make a poll.
Oh, okay,
I
cool.
say words,
Yeah.
Usually if things happen.
So Tom, what would you like to do today?
Probably play the game. I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh.
Start case
Wait.
4.
Haiti says, I don't really care. And Haiti, that is a perfectly valid opinion.
What a good guest.
Oh,
Hades
he
a good
duped you there.
guest.
I was waiting for that.
It is.
A good
Yeah,
guest for our
No one is
stream.
required to care, and I appreciate that you
Yeah.
allocate your fucks where they should be given.
Where
Yeah.
they lie.
Because you've only got so many to give.
Because I personally didn't care that much either. That's why I was like, okay, let's make it without an explosion. That's fine.
But today, we're starting Case 4, or Episode 4. Why are they episodes in this game, chat? I need to know. It makes metadata very confusing.
It's because the whole case has to do with the Steel Samurai, which is a channel, and they have episodes. It's not cases. TV shows.
They've always been episodes? No way, Adam. In the original trilogy, I can almost guarantee you it said Case, from my memory.
Here we
I
go.
don't know, man.
In like the first trilogy? No way.
I think it might have been episodes the whole time.
Really? Were they? They've always been episodes? Really? Well, you know what? Again, because I'm special and nothing is ever my fault, I'm going to say it's because you guys were always saying cases, and that's how you changed my cognition.
Oh,
Way to go.
nice.
It's all your fault.
Well,
They
before
laid-
we start,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this
Oh, okay.
because we've been waiting. Why not just keep
DVD?
playing?
Whoa!
Just
Thank
so
you.
you
Holy
know.
smoke.
This case revolves around a form of storytelling that is totally popular in LA. Although, what do I know? Maybe it is. Where the storyteller sits on the storyteller. Where the storyteller sits on storyteller embodies all of the characters.
Huh. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So, because I have no idea what that means.
Dang.
I thought we were going to get like Tarantino'd or something. Where like it starts at the end and then we do a woo rewind.
Yeah.
I always think, I can't think of a good, what is a good example of a story where
Hey, sorry, David, words are hard. I'm copying and pasting this line and you tell me how to say it right, David. Calling you out. I'm atting you, David.
that was
Frick, I can't copy it. Hold on.
Holy
Sorry,
shit.
go on. I'm gonna get my revenge. Keep going.
Anyways, a story where, damn it, maybe like Mission Impossible did this once, where like the story starts at two different ends in perspective, and then it ends when they meet in the middle.
I've never
Danielle?
seen a movie like that, and it sounds great.
Yeah, I don't know why I have this
They usually
in my head.
They usually start at the beginning, of course, but then sometimes you have movies that start at the end and go backwards.
Yeah, well, and some of them start in like a climax, like like the one that comes into mind for me is the Mission Impossible, where the bad guy has Ethan captured, and he's like, "You'll tell me where the secret codes are," and Ethan's like, "I told you, I don't know where they are." And they're like, "Well, I guess we're gonna kill your little girlfriend, Ethan." No, and then it's like 6 months earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But
And
anyways,
I was thinking of Pulp Fiction because you said Tarantino.
numbers, Mason. What do they mean? Anyways, I'm gonna start in this case.
Okay. I also hope you know it was a joke, David. I'm just chilling.
I'm just chilling, David. Can't you see that I'm chill?
It was really intense, but it was a joke. I promise.
L.A. Just as I remember it. Oh my God. Freaking the Danganronpa guy every time.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Is he doing noodle practices?
What time is it? It's 9, 10, 11.
Oh, he seemed like such a nice guy. I like Cloud for brows.
We don't know that he's.
Oh!
We know that he's dead.
Shisho is dead. No. Do you think he did it?
Oh no! If he did it, then what do we do?
Hey, pull yourself together. Don't worry, I have an idea.
Perfect.
Cloud for brows.
My favorite thing is when American people call each other shisho.
Shisho.
You're right, Jake. You're right.
What the heck? 1 second. There it is.
Oh, Nox!
Hey guys, I've been lurking for the past 6 months, but I finally got the courage to pop in and say that I love your channel. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the game. The final case is one of my favorites in the series, and I love you guys tons.
Ooh,
Aw.
thank you.
Thank you so much. And it's you know what? I'm really proud that you got the courage. I think it's awesome to overcome that. So thank you for coming out here. Thanks for the support, and I hope to see you more.
Who brings a defendant to his own trial late? Plus, the request was so last minute I didn't even have a chance to talk with my client.
Oh god, we have
Oh
not
my God.
widgeted for a long time.
He's late. He's late for a very important date. And Shadow gave you 2 waffles if you can tell me what that was referencing.
My name is Athena Sykes, armed with analytical psychology and a full arsenal of legal know-how.
Okay. I totally get reintroducing characters per game, but why do we have to reintroduce characters per episode? Like, could you have played episode 4 without having played the other ones?
I don't even think there's chapter select that you can do that.
No.
And also, GD, really close. You're wrong. It's actually a reference to a story from our website, which is my introduction story. No problem. The NyanCave.com and then /Tom maybe. Close though.
I'm a fully competent defender of the Right Agent Anything Agency. Though I wish my client would show up already. The trial's about to start.
I think this is Apollo.
It appears we made it just in time.
Where have you been? The trial's about to start, Simon.
Oh, hello.
Wow, this has been a while. Holy crap, I moved on in my life. I removed those vocal cords. Wowee. Oh, what was the word that I used?
Silence?
No. Oh, God.
Taka.
No.
thought
I
it
would
was-
always say it.
Damn you, Phoenix, right? You've stolen my lemons again for the last time.
Silence. No. Sorry, and this cat has my nose so itchy. I didn't take my... Right, Dono.
Right, Dono.
Justice Dono. Right, Dono. Ah. No, it was something, something... It was something...
Ooh, ting,
It was like
ting,
an
walla, bing,
insult of
bang.
sorts.
Angriest. Sorry,
objection. Objection might
I'm late. I
have
just
been
want to say that Athena's updated objection in this game is the best objection theme ever. Keep an ear out for it.
it. Ooh.
Okay, good to know.
Dumpy
Thank you.
tits. That's
Objection.
how I get into my
It
Athena
was
voice.
objection. You needn't get so worked up, Athena. His baldness can wait.
There's no way he'd wait for me. And besides, why would I want to start off on the wrong foot with him right out of the gate?
Dealing with such matters is part of being a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, covering for your lateness is not.
Still but a rank amateur, I see. Balderdash.
This is Simon Blackquill. He might not look it, but he's actually a prosecutor and a psychology specialist. He and I go way back. As for our shared specialization in psychology, we're both disciples of the same person, so to speak, but he's kind of my senior, I guess. But twisted sense of humor or no, I wish he'd stop treating me like a child all the time.
So, where are Right Dono and Justice Dono?
Mr. Wright is abroad and Apollo's helping Trucy with her magic show. Didn't I tell you?
They're what? So, neither of them are here, leaving you to take this on alone.
Yep.
Ye gods. Call Right Dono back. It's not too late.
Oh, no, not too late at all. He would only need to know how to teleport.
Very well. Then I will settle for Justice Dono. Go grab him by the horns and drag him here.
Apollo is literally in the middle of a show, Simon. You may not want to admit it, but I've got what it takes to take on this case. Just leave this to me and go watch from the gallery.
As your defense derails in spectacular fashion.
Freaking rude, no. As I win the heck out of this trial. It'll be okay. Promise. So wipe that look off your face already, will you? Anyway, I take the guy behind you is... Or take it the guy behind you is...
Yes. He's your...
Brother.
He's asleep again. Hoy! Bucky! Wake up!
Yeah!
Oh, what'd you do that for, Simey?
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
In his traditional American robe, donned with traditional American letters.
Oh. Who's this yellow chickadee?
She's your lawyer. Such as it were, I'd say she's more green than yellow, however.
Lawyer? She sure doesn't look it, does she? Is she, like, your fellow apprentice or something?
Something like that. I've known her longer than I've known you. You could say we're bound to one another.
Oh, okay. Well then, guess I better call her Ms. Chickadee then. Oh, jeez.
Simon, this guy's not only rude, but he's 3 sheets to the wind at his own trial.
Way to be.
I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind.
I like this,
Via the kazoo, go
this
on.
clear, like, rating dodging they're doing here. Where they're using all these euphemisms for being, like, wasted, basically.
He's wasty pants
3
McGee.
sheets to the wind.
Right.
Hey,
what up? I think maybe they wanted to make this case a DLC case, but ended up throwing it into the main game.
Well, that makes sense
And that
to me.
explains why she introduced herself again.
Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial.
Oh, TBD.
I meant stage. Sits on the stage. Sorry, I'm just back from work. My iPod dono thing scrolled down and messed me up.
That's okay.
It happens to me all the time. Don't worry.
It all will be elucidated.
Yeah.
Yes. One more.
Yeah, I'll do one more.
One more. Hey, what's that kicking that slowpoke?
I discovered this new YouTube channel and I just needed to share it with y'all. It's a great LP channel that does all manner of games from visual novels to RPGs. I think it's called the NyanCave. Hope you check it out soon.
Oh, no, you're thinking of,
Oh, right.
No, it's them Better Than Bad Gamers.
Oh, them BTP
yeah.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Better Than Bad Gamers? They're all right. They're all right.
Thank you.
Oh, Miss Chickadee.
Whee!
Ah!
Don't call me that.
How do you do? Simey, he is an old friend of mine. I'm the 4th generation head chef for Wet Soba.
Wet soba. Interesting.
Wet noodle number 4, Bucky Wet. Nice to meet ya.
So the pun in his name is that soba's made with buckwheat noodles. Like they're
It's
buckwheat.
wet.
Yeah.
I get it. But
So-
it's also funny, like, because it could be wet and also like the wet of like sharpening.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that he snaps into like a consciousness when he does this.
Also,
kind of
wet
thing.
noodle. To be a wet noodle's like being a wet blanket, I'm guessing.
Ah, you're correct. Yeah, to be kind of limp. Yeah.
There's so many.
And 4 is the number of death in Japan, so
Ooh.
he's gonna die.
It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Wet. So he can pull himself together when he wants to. If only the trial wasn't starting in a few minutes.
Having been accused of murder that only occurred yesterday, I'm afraid it's taken a toll on the poor boy.
And you happened to be there at the theater where it all happened too, right? They say they found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in his dressing room.
Rakugo. I wonder what that
Rakugo.
is. I've never heard of that.
They sit on a stage and they tell stories.
Oh, that's interesting. Indeed. The victim, master storyteller Tornado. I don't know, guys. I have to sit on this pun for a while. Don't tell me, Chad. I'm going to fight with this. Tornado was a long-time patron at Wet Soba. Master Tornado. I don't like it because it's like I'm missing the R in tornado.
Yeah.
And
The N in typhoon.
yeah, and it's just a little weird to say.
Tornado.
Tornado. Master Tornado had been looking after Bucky ever since Wet Noodle number 3 passed away.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha.
I
lost
see.
it.
So the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh?
Gosh, stupid old fart like a father? Nah way. He was always dishing my soba.
How dare you speak ill of him?
Oh.
Running your mouth like that is why they suspected you of his murder in the first place. Now, pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave.
Oh, gee.
Oh yeah, and happy birthday, Adam. I said
Hey,
it. I,
happy
said-
birthday,
Adam.
I typed it, but I forgot to say it on here. We're age buddies now. We're both old.
Yay.
Congratulations. I hope old treats you well.
Yeah, beside me. The police, none of them believes me. They won't listen to me.
It's a good thing, Adam. Don't worry.
It looks like he's still in shock from the whole ordeal. Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's gonna be all right.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna defend you with everything I've got. You're in good hands now.
You mean you believe me, ma'am?
Of course. No matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end.
Gee whiz, Miss Chickadee.
Now come on, I need you to shape up, just like all those al dente noodles of yours.
Yes, ma'am. My soba is freshest.
I'm
Gross.
33, Sarah Chama. Mr. Wet?
Bucky, you great big pillock.
So, how exactly do you know this guy?
I used to frequent Wet Soba, and still do, in fact. I've known him since I was a lad.
Since he was a lad.
Oh, since he was a lad. That's why his father and Master Tornado were always so good to me.
I didn't know you liked soba so much, Simon.
I wouldn't expect one such as you, who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread, to understand the delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flour.
Hey, that's just rude.
But I digress.
Oh, what's up, Ethan?
So even though Dual Destinies is my favorite game as a whole, this case is quite possibly my favorite in the whole franchise for a few specific reasons, which you can probably figure out.
Is it Blackquill? I bet you it's
First being the
Blackquill.
return of our favorite British samurai.
Man, see, I used the things that were in common between Dual Destinies and this case specifically.
Yeah.
Wow, without chat telling?
I know.
Damn.
Mr. Sony Sung! It's only grape juice, Clay. Come on.
Thank you.
Grape juice is such a great euphemism for wine because it totally is.
It is, it really is. Oh, totally from LA. Thank
My
you.
personal headcanon for this case is that the writers wanted to see just how hard they could troll the localizers.
Yeah.
Let's put it. Make it seem like it's as Japan could be.
But I digress.
I'm all about flavor and subtlety and stuff.
If I let Wet Soba end like this, I'll never be able to face number 3 or Master Tornado in the next life.
I see. And that's why you came to me. You wanted somebody you could trust.
It was never my intention to ask you.
I'll show him. I'll show him I can handle it just fine.
Well, I believe it's just about time.
What? But we haven't even properly discussed the case yet.
What's the matter? You look nervous, Athena. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out.
Oh.
I'm just trembling with the excitement of it all. A battle, that's all. Off gets. Let's do this. I forgot she says things in languages. Come on, Mr. Wet. Get up off the floor. We've got a case to win. Are you doing the dinosaur down there?
Oh,
If I do the dinosaur.
Thank you for noticing. Yes, Miss Chickadee, I'm gonna do my best.
Wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba.
Somebody
Wet
wants
soba.
my soba? Oh, it's a little handy. Hello? 2 bowls of noodles? Sorry, sir, no can do. Kinda busy at the courthouse. Huh? They hung up.
Wet soba. Wet soba.
Okay, let's do this!
Man, that's not going to be incriminating evidence or anything like that.
Right? I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna read that line and then we're gonna get into court.
Done.
Funny thing about Bucky, since the localized version of the game takes place in the U.S. And he's 20 years old, that means he's underage and drunk, which the court seems weirdly okay with. Way to enforce the law, guys. Good job.
What's the drinking age in Japan? Isn't it 19?
I think it's probably 19, like everywhere else.
I
in the
think
world.
it's 19, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, most everywhere.
Most
Yeah,
everywhere.
I was actually-
Europe gets all kinds of weird.
Yeah, they
That's because
Yeah.
their history is based off being drunk.
Yeah.
I was blown away that apparently the states didn't always have a legal drinking age of 21. It came in like
Oh,
the
it's
70s.
20. That's interesting.
21 in the states.
Says
huh?
Nagitama.
Oh, Japan is 20. Interesting.
Oh, 20.
He's not going to do himself or this case any favors like this, Simon. Maybe we should let him go get some rest somewhere.
Oh, rest? Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles.
Oh, by the way, he is totally not drunk. He's just 3 sheets to the wind, okay?
Uh-huh.
He's clearly just got a really bad fever he's dealing with.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Induced
fever.
by drinking too much liquid.
grapes.
What?
They're full of antioxidants. I need some grapes, please.
Yeah, Germany 16, Belgium 16. That's why I said like Europe is all over the place.
Ooh. But I'm fresh like soba. You don't let soba do the rest. It's all about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles.
He's blacked out.
Oh boy, I just knew something like this would happen. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba he was talking about?
First, buckwheat seeds or groats are ground to make buckwheat flour. Then dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so that the soba is fresh when eaten.
Oh, so that's what he meant. I wouldn't want him to make me any soba right now. Oh wow, that's for sure. My thinking voice is so jumbled.
It's
Athena.
funny that he makes soba, but he's not sober.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's got a terrible fever. Jesus.
Thanks,
Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to get to the courtroom now. Just remember, as a prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my quarter.
There you go, treating me like I'm incompetent again. For your information, I wasn't planning on asking for you to help anyways. Oh, just you wait, Simon. I'll show you.
Is he the prosecution for this case, I wonder?
Probably.
Mr. Wright and Apollo may not be here, but that's all right. I can do this on my own.
We could make soba.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have
Actually,
the buckwheat in our cupboard.
before we make soba, I was thinking we might do a mobile stream, and I'll fry up some steaks this evening.
Oh,
can
after
we?
Baksu?
I want to eat steak so bad.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. You have a nice little cooking show?
Yeah. Just a little one. Not an expert or anything. I just cook them my way. It's the way I like them. So if it's
It's
wrong,
the way I like them
if it's
too.
unhealthy, if it's whatever, you can sue me. Don't follow my instructions. You can think of it as what not to do. I don't know.
Or you can suck it.
I love the steak you make. If anyone disses it, I'm gonna find them, and then I'm gonna find myself.
Steak.
5 years later, Nyan on a mountain with a long beard.
I want to see like just
Eating
all
steak.
steaks. Just steak.
Court is now in session for the trial of Buckwheat.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Oh, whoa! How are you traveling like this? I thought it was gonna be Blackquill.
Can someone else be Nayuta? I just think that I'm gonna end up doing a lot of talking this case if
Hey,
someone
man.
else is not Nayuta.
Like, honestly, you don't have it half as bad as I've had it. But you do, like, do other things, I understand. But I was literally Phoenix, the prosecution, the judge, and the witness.
And you read all of Danganronpa yourself. Yes, you're very talented, Clay.
Yeah,
Now,
God.
does anyone you want to be
You've never seen this guy
Nayuta?
get out of the shower either. I just mean, god damn.
You'll probably be fine. You think you'll be fine? Okay. If you guys think I'll be fine. The prosecution is fully prepared, Your Honor.
What's this? No prayer this time, Prosecutor Sadmati.
That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby.
How very thoughtful of you. By the way, what brings you back to this country?
Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called on me to handle this case.
Oh, what's that you got planned here?
Besides, I have a debt to repay,
Oh,
and though my opponent is yet a callow thing, I have no qualms with sending her down to hell.
oh my God! Just chill. Why aren't you nice yet? You're supposed to be nice,
It's
okay?
your redemption arc.
Yeah, Blackwill's nice now. Why can't you figure it out?
Edgeworth? Nice.
I know, right? They always start off mean and then they turn nice.
If you have a score to settle, it's with Apollo, not me. But more importantly, I am not a callow thing. I am a qualified and capable attorney.
Then what is that yellow attire if not proof of your immaturity, you small spring chick?
Oh my God.
He says, not me.
Now cease your shrill chirping.
Oh, now, Prosecutor Sadmati. She's still only a teenager. Please go easy on her.
Really? I thought she was like 20 or something. Oh,
Are
well,
we
I guess,
talking like
I guess
an
we'll never
asshole
know.
on fiber or an asshole on spicy chipotle?
Great. Now even the judge is giving me the kid treatment.
19.
Very well. Shall we begin, Your Honor?
Yes, I suppose we should. Now then, Prosecutor Sadmati, please give your opening statement.
Mr. Sunny-san, why are you making chicken noises?
I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry they underestimated me.
Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence. The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 p.m. yesterday, May 12th. At a storyteller's theater called Kurukurute. The victim was a great master of the Tonedo school of Rakugo, or comedic storytelling. His name was Taifu Tonedo. The scene of the murder was the theater's dressing room. It is accessible via the staff's entrance hallway and has an inner and outer sliding door, as is common in all American homes. The estimated time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined.
Could he maybe have drowned in noodles?
Oh, is he playing
we
Hanafuda?
considered
Fresh buck. Oh,
It kind of looks like
Yeah,
it.
he's playing Hanafuda, and I'm not sure if that's blood or sauce.
yeah. Watch him be drowned in buckwheat noodles, and we're gonna prove him or our guy innocent because they were not fresh.
Ah.
The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach, and there is no murder weapon.
Huh. Huh.
I will now submit the incident report to the court.
Hey, Chris Lee!
Edgeworth is just arranging for the best on-the-job therapy and character building for Nayuta that he can get. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Chris Lee.
We're gonna analytical psychology the hell out of him.
I love Edgeworth a lot.
Prosecutor Sadmati, how can you name Mr. Wet as a culprit when you don't know how the victim was killed, or even with what?
While it is true that the weapon and precise methods are as yet unknown, the accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder. I will explain this assertion in further detail as we continue.
Man, I kind of love these like Ace Attorney convictions that are like, well, no one else but the victim, but the accused could have done it. Therefore, it must be them, even though we have no conclusive evidence. He's literally the only one, though.
And now prove that he isn't.
Yeah.
I guess this means he has some kind of evidence to present.
Now, if you would care to see this thing that was sent to me that is highly relevant, it'll take just a moment to put on screen. Don't want to get rid of Censor Man, we need him just in case, and I'll just keep talking until I get it all up there. No. And then you say things that you don't want to say, but you have no... Yeah, there we go. This looks like Awkward Zombie. Yeah, it's Awkward Zombie. So we have... So you're the judge, Clay, so you say the top one.
Nayuta Sadmati, prosecutor of the Kingdom of Kurain.
That's right. I was asked to travel to the United States to prosecute this very significant case.
Nayuta, back in Kurain so soon.
Yes, the prosecutor himself asked that I prosecute this case.
Weren't you working on a Kurainese case yesterday?
Yes, I'm back to... Hello, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yes, I can take the next flight out in Kurain. It's my pleasure, or it's my honor to dispense justice.
He keeps taking my parking spot.
It's fine.
Nice.
Come to think of it, where
Thank
is
you,
the
Chief.
defendant, Miss Sykes?
In general, I am a little uncomfortable showing those on stream. Just for the
Oh,
record.
check out Awkward Zombie. I love her. Katie, if you're watching, I love you.
Don't sue us, please.
Don't
Yeah.
sue us, Katie. Everyone subscribe to Awkward Zombie's web comic.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes?
Sorry, Your Honor. But I'm afraid Mr. Wet isn't feeling very well and is resting in the infirmary.
Surely it is the lack of a clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court.
Great. Starting off on the wrong foot already.
Mr. Wet is the head chef of a soba shop frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Wet went into the theater at the victim's request. Taifu Tornado was a connoisseur of soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making soba himself in his dressing room that very day. The soba found at the scene is likely the soba he made there. Himself there.
Liking soba is one thing, but making it in a theater dressing room? It's a bit much, no?
Master Tornado truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? For a man like that to be murdered by a soba chef is simply unthinkable.
And yet-
Okay.
The accused had ample motive. For in the victim's safe, we discovered the deed for the accused's shop. Mr. Wet was to inherit Wet Soba when he lost his father recently. However, it is believed the victim stole the shop's deed during the transfer process. The prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back.
That is? Dang, that is a really good reason to kill this guy.
A murder over the deed to a shop. That does sound like a plausible motive.
So that's what this case is about? I wish Simon had filled me in a little better. I could have contributed more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had.
Defense? From your demeanor, I gather you know very little about the details of this case.
Well, you see...
Oh boy.
You are dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared.
He's not wrong.
You are an embarrassment to your profession? You putrid egg yolk.
Wow.
Food fetish strikes again.
Yellow. I get it.
I'm sorry? Apollo's a red pepper and now I'm an egg yolk? We've only just started and I've already been demoted from spring chick.
I'm ready to call my witness, Your Honor.
Well, do you think that's why chicks are yellow? Because they grow up in the yolk?
Yo, flamingos are pink because they eat shrimp? It's possible.
Oh my god.
Huh.
Let us listen to the words of the one who was present when the crime was discovered.
Someone who was there when the victim's body was found?
Very well, witness. Please take the stand.
Boots?
Boots. Oh, hello.
Oh. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Simon Blackquill, prosecutor.
Prosecutor Blackquill? You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand?
There simply wasn't time.
There was lots of time.
What a shame, Prosecutor Blackquill. Had you shared the damning scene of you witnessed beforehand with the defense, we could have moved this trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster.
Damning scene? What in the world did Simon see?
Well, that depends on what Simon says.
Wait,
Prosecutor Sadmani was it.
there it is.
Oh,
Adam.
Adam!
Reminder, Miles purged the Office of Corruption, and that's why Gaspin was fired. And it's only been 34 hours between the end of 6-3 and the start of 6-4.
Wow. Really? Damn. Also, what happened to our sound?
Nothing. The game just stopped.
Oh, interesting.
At least I think.
Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like to confirm.
By all means.
This case involves rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle this case competently?
Are you implying that I am not qualified for this case?
Not yet. I am simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic, for now.
It is a prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on rakugo last night, and I have grasped the overall idea of it.
How much could you possibly grasp in a single night?
You'd be surprised, my hands are quite large. Rakugo is a form of entertaining storytelling that originated in the land of Japan. In it, the storyteller sits alone on the stage with only a fan and a towel as... And then the Rakugo artist tells long, whimsical stories, giving each character a distinct voice. This traditional art was originally invented by the monks to make sermons more interesting.
So we're Rakugo?
Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of endings to such stories. Or shall I perform the famous story of Jugemu instead? Jugemu.
Oh! It appears you have put in a bit of study.
Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackquill.
I would like to hear him recite the story.
Yeah.
I can see why you are known for being quite thorough in your research, prosecutor. Now, I would love to see you perform that story you mentioned, if you don't mind.
If that is your honor's request. Jugemu.
Wow, double slam.
Double.
Your Honor, could we please get back to the trial?
Oh, right, of course. I nearly forgot.
Seriously? Of all the things for you to forget.
Now then, back to the case. Prosecutor Blackquill, please tell this court what you witnessed.
But I wanna see you.
What Simon saw. I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m.
Simon saws.
I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only coming storming out a while later. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Uendo, apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tornado's body.
Now wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackquill. With testimony like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Wet of the crime.
All I can do is state what I saw. I can't help how it appears. But a qualified and capable attorney such as you should be able to dispatch with it, right?
Well, yeah, duh. Obvi. All right. I guess I'd better start by getting all the info out of him that I can.
I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m.
Prosecutor Blackquill, what did you go to the theater for in the first place?
I went because I'd received an invitation from Master Tornado. Here, see for yourself. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple Uendo's performance. Objection. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Uendo II. For the second.
So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name?
You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, a name succession is when an artist inherits a predecessor's name.
I see. So there was another Uendo Rakugo artist before, and the disciples succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say?
It contained a simple letter of salutations and an outline of the show's program.
Oh, it appears Taifu Tornado was going to perform Toki Soba, or Time Soba. He's famous for his masterful pantomime of eating soba using only his fan as a prop. And Uendo was to perform Soba Sei, or Soba Glutton, a soba-themed show. I see.
It seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, your boldness. The first to perform was the senior disciple Geiru, followed by Uendo, and lastly, Master Tornado.
Invitation. Athena, clearly not American enough, doesn't understand the culture of Rakugo.
I see. So that's why you happened to be at the Storytellers Theater yesterday. So what happened after you arrived?
I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello.
Toki wa sobare. That's so good, David.
And how did Master Tornado appear when you said hello to him?
I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately, we didn't actually meet.
You didn't see him? Why not?
Geiru escorted me to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done.
You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room?
Yes, not just me, but Geiru as well.
In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive at around 4 p.m.?
There was a TV in the room, though. Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tornado. I could tell because it was the time sober routine being performed in there.
So that means the victim was killed sometime after that.
Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only storming out a while later.
Please tell us in detail how Mr. Wet appeared at the time.
Oh boy.
Would you say he looked turned?
Geiru and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Tornado to finish practicing, when Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things.
What happened after that?
We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room looking rather irate.
This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes.
I better come up with some kind of counter-argument and fast.
Master Tornado's junior disciple, Uendo, apparently then entered the room soon thereafter.
What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in?
Hey, Kamina, aka Kendrew.
I love how by the time Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice roll around, the right crew has a good enough rapport with the judge to call him out on his goofiness without him saying anything back.
Yeah.
It's a nice change from the early games where Phoenix was the newbie with no clout.
I like it too. It's fun. All the characters know
true.
each other.
Wait, are you saying that we became an ace attorney? No,
He said
I
it.
couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. But Geiru was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it all.
So, there's some drama in chat right now. Let's spill some tea. So we're making all these Japanifornia jokes
Yeah.
because they're jokes, everybody! It's jokes! Wow!
I think I've only seen one person who's mad.
Well,
Anybody
I
who
see
wants to
two,
watch it.
and I like both of them, so I wanted to talk to them.
I see. And why do you suppose Uendo went to the dressing room anyways?
He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call.
All our jokes are bad yotes.
A disciple is to pay their master respect right before and after each performance.
And all disciples are expected to do this?
Yes. It is common courtesy among Rakugo artists.
I see. Could you tell us what happened after Uendo went into the dressing room?
Certainly. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tornado's body.
And how did Uendo act at the time?
After Uendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room, and Uendo came flying out.
Did you hear any signs of a struggle at that time?
No, just Uendo's woeful scream.
I see.
Well done, Prosecutor Blackquill. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events.
Thank you, Prosecutor Blackquill. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony. While Prosecutor Blackquill and Geiru were in the hallway waiting for Master Tornado, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items in tow. He was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room. And about 10 minutes later, he came back out of the room, seeming rather angry. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Uendo Tornado went into the room. A few minutes later, having discovered the victim's body, Uendo gave a scream. Kia, and came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackquill and Geiru then ran into the room and saw the body for themselves. It was all a light-hearted jest, don't worry. From the circumstances, it is quite clear that the accused murdered the victim.
This is crucial testimony indeed.
Defense. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not let it all go now and allow the victim his last rites?
Not in your life. If Uendo went into the dressing room too... Sorry, the room was added there. If Uendo went into the dressing too and was the first to discover the body...
I liked it your way.
Yeah, my way made
I don't
sense.
know who goes into the dressing, so maybe it wasn't a bowl of noodles and it was a bowl of salad.
Ah, yes.
If Uendo went into the ranch dressing too, his calorie count would be way too high.
Way too high. There's so much. Yeah, ranch is crazy.
Ranch is crazy.
So delicious.
Then who's to say he didn't commit the crime?
Except for Hidden Valley Ranch, the worst
Uendo
ranch.
was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed murder in that time, nor without making any noise.
Oh, Simon, why'd you have to give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackquill, can't you give me something a little better to work with here?
The fuck was that? What is going on here?
Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions?
That's my question.
I'm
Give me something to work with here.
Maybe I would if you'd stop interrupting me.
Sorry, we're having fun here.
I am certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So, if you truly are as capable as you claim, then draw out what you need yourself.
This is no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackquill. Just admit you don't remember it all that well.
Prosecutor Blackquill, watching you collude with the defense like this, I see that you are no prosecutor.
Yes.
Yikes.
Begone, witness. You shall haunt this sacred hall no more.
How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised? I'll remember this, you black god.
I don't know what that reference is.
I don't know. Something English, probably.
Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackquill. I've got this.
But wait, weren't we going to question him? No? Okay.
Would I have my way, he would not be the only one to step down. You half-boiled putrid egg yolk.
Ooh, that's actually kind of tasty. I mean, the putrid part, maybe not.
Yeah, but half-boiled.
Half-boiled.
Ew. I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess.
Yeah, putrid is not great.
Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the opening of a lowly act. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense.
Oh my god. You know, he's throwing, he should be a judge the way he's throwing these judgments around, you know?
Yeah. To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution.
And who is this witness?
The person who was with Prosecutor Blackquill when the body was discovered. She is another entertainment of the Tornado School, Miss Geiru Tornado.
Oh, it's Gale. Oh my!
Oh, gee.
Oh my! What the fuck?
I was fully up. I was like so down until they got to the nasal cavity, and then I got really into it, you know?
Please state your name and occupation, witness.
Oh my.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School with a twisted twist.
I'm scared. Oh!
Ta-da! And balloon, there you have it, a stunning balloon head. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Geiru Tornado. Just call me Geiru, sweetie. 1, 2,
Oh my!
balloon.
Oh, I get it.
Oh no.
Because she got
Balloons.
she's got big
She's a
balloons.
balloon artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with anything else.
Oh, what a way to capture your audience's attention. Oh, I dare say I can't take my eyes.
Oh, no! Judge! You've been corrupted. Oh, she does art with her balloons, am I
hated
right?
that. Sorry, buddy.
I dare say I can't take my eyes off those balloons.
Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor.
Oh, Mr. Judge, I am so glad you liked my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club and my premium Snapchat? Pretty please.
We don't have on YouTube, by the way, just so you know. Don't do that. It's a joke.
Oh, absolutely.
And please say you're fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Geiru. I can't help but notice, you seem awfully cheerful for having just lost your master.
Of course I'm sad. But she sure would scold me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile with a twisty, twisty, twist. And it's a... Oh, look at that. A nice cake. And bloom, there you have it. One gorgeous cake.
I see. I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do.
It's true.
Her balloon
Eat
art's
your
worse
feelings. Suppress them down.
Her balloon art's worse than the Rorschach test. All I saw was a severed monster head.
What? I want to see that again.
Yeah, it looked pretty gross actually when you think about it that way. It had eyes and stuff.
I didn't see that. I saw cake.
Geiru, you're obviously a balloon artist. So how did you come to be a member of a Rakugo school?
Oh, a monster head. Oh,
Like,
I wonder if that's like subtle foreshadowing.
it really doesn't look like anything but a cake. Well, my father, my late father, that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see.
Rakugo.
Rakugo artist, you see. So I joined the tornado school to be just like my daddy someday.
I see. I'm saying that a lot.
My father and I owe so much to Shisho, our master, but that Bucky wet. Oh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he done as quickly as possible.
Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss.
And not only that, but he...
You have more to say about Mr. Wet?
Ooh, every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. Oh, he always tells me to get away.
Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you?
He says that the smell of my perfume will get into his soba and ruin it.
What is that? Is that the sound of definitive evidence I hear?
Like,
Smells like evidence.
how can he say that? This is a great scent.
How very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Geiru's balloons bias your judgment.
Oh my god.
Mr. Wet hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember?
It will be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, defense. Now then, Geiru, please share the truth with this court.
Yes, Geiru, your testimony, please.
Certainly.
Before the murder was discovered.
From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 Blazer, when Shisho's body was found, Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Uendo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jugemu was barking like mad.
Prosecutor Blackquill, do you have any objections to this witness's testimony?
Yeah, like I don't know. I guess I learned it through hiragana, but I could teach you like Japanese phonetics sometime, because the easy thing about it is that the sounds never change. Like,
Which is so nice.
it's very nice. Like the U will always make the oo sound kind of thing, right?
And G will always make a G.
And will always make a G. And then E will always make an A sound. Uendo, yeah. Uendo. Anyways.
Do you have any objections to the witness's testimony?
No.
Make up your bloody mind. Sad monk Sadmari. First you exercise me, now this.
You need only do as you are instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul.
Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Sadmati. And I might just have an actual objection or two once in a while, or once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackquill for? I'm the one you should be checking with.
There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Kurainism. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. In other words, the inexperienced are useless.
I would like to introduce you to the butterfly effect. What do you think of that?
Irony. With that in mind, it seemed more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackquill.
He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes Dono.
Well, I won't let either one of you insult me. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness.
Oh, damn.
I hope you can make Prosecutor Sadmati see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow your cross-examination, so you'd better strike while the iron is hot. Be careful when you strike, though, because I've heard that balloons have a certain degree of rebound.
From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20, when Shisho's body was found.
So the murder must have happened sometime in those 20 minutes, correct? But 20 minutes isn't a lot of time, is it?
I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's what happened, you know. Isn't that right, Simon?
Yes. Geiru and I can both confirm that Master Tornado still lived around 4 p.m.
Oh, yeah. You can, can't you?
See? That balloon's making me uncomfortable. The wiggle.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Simon and I were standing in the hallway. Hey, what's up, cheese man?
Tifa's an NT! You should watch the reveal trailer. Oh, buddy, I already have. And everyone's already like, she looks so much better than in the Final Fantasy Remake. And then the Final Fantasy Remake people are like, no, she looks fine in the Final both. And then some people are like, I don't care. And I think that she looks cool how she is. I love her. Thank you.
The fact that the two of you were in there in front of the dressing room, dressing room, means that you were able to see everyone who went in and out, right?
Did you guys watch it? Or see
No.
this? Okay.
Of course. Or are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sleeping while standing up or something?
No, of course not.
Because that would be ridiculous. I saw everything, I tell you.
Fine. So you say anyways, but did you really?
Did you
Yeah.
really?
I did. Before Uendo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky.
Only the defendant and Uendo entered around the time of the murder.
That's right. That's why it must have been Bucky who killed poor Shishu.
Let's take a deep breath, okay, Geiru? So not a single other person set foot into the dressing room during that time.
I already told you over and over, didn't I? There was nobody else.
I must apologize on the lawyer's behalf. Even her memory is that of a spring chick's. Please overlook her transgression as best as you can.
Oh, I see. Poor thing. Hang in there, sweetie.
Hey, who are you calling a bird brain, buddy?
I'm not your bird brain, pal. Come to think of it, a while before Bucky showed up, Jugemu was
Jugemu.
Jugemu was barking like mad.
Jugemu?
That's my doggy. I keep him at the theater. Let's see. With a twisty twist twist.
Oh God.
And balloon. Oh, there you have it, my cute little Jugemu.
Gemu.
Gemu. The E will always make the eh sound no matter what. Eh.
And I don't know if you're doing it as a bit or if you're just actually forgetting. Okay, good talk.
He's kind of creepy looking.
Oh, but he's really, really good boy.
And why was Jugemu barking? Do you think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we'd have a new suspect in this case.
Now, why he was barking again? Oh, I remember, because it was time for me to feed him. So I went into his yard and gave him some food.
Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that?
Nope, the door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen it if anybody went into the dressing room.
Prosecutor Blackquill, come down to the stand for a sec, please.
How many times must I do this?
You saw what Geiru was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before?
I can't be expected to remember every minute detail.
Well, remember them now, please. Did Geiru go out into the yard?
Oh. Yes, I remember now that she went to feed Jugemu. And I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well.
That food is way too big for him. He's just a very small dog. He's gonna choke.
Do you recall anything else?
It looked as though she were feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Jugemu couldn't finish all of them, so he buried the rest in a corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember.
That's weird. That's weird.
It looks like Geiru is telling the truth. Your Honor, I'd like Geiru's last statement added to her testimony.
As you wish, defense.
I wonder if this is one of the only cases, like one of the few cases, where the Japanese and the English names are probably the same.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
I don't see any reason why they would change them.
right? Because her name is Gale.
Yeah, like,
you know.
and if they like, but I guess like Gale Tornado might have been, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting what they did with it.
Similar pun, GD says, yeah.
I was in the yard, but the door was wide open, so I could keep watch on the dressing room.
Did we not? Interesting.
You know what that means, right, Geiru? You weren't in the hallway the entire time after all, were you?
Well, okay, so I did go out into the yard, but it was just for a second. And the yard door was wide open, so I could still see the dressing room the whole time.
The door was open so she could see the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackquill, I need you on the stand again, please.
What am I? Your lady in waiting?
You wish. Do you remember anything about the time Geiru was in the yard?
Simply that Jugemu buried the food he couldn't finish in the corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember.
Thank you. I didn't really need to hear about the dog again, though.
When I finished feeding Jugemu, I returned to the hallway. And then, I saw Bucky go into the dressing room. No question about it.
Okay, so around the time of the murder, Geiru and Simon were hanging out just outside the dressing room. I guess I'm gonna have to find a flaw in there somewhere, or somehow, if I want to get anywhere.
All right.
From 4 p.m. So what do we even have? What are we trying to contradict here?
Something to do with where they were.
Oh, well, that map doesn't make any sense.
Is it that she couldn't see from the yard?
Because the door opens the wrong way. So she couldn't see. If she was feeding the dog, she couldn't see the door.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
because the door was wide open, but the door would block her vision.
Mhm.
Unless it was a glass door.
It would, yeah, then the wall would block your vision, though.
Inside the envelope was a ticket to the show and a letter from the victim. The letter contained a simple greeting and a rundown of the show's program. Geiru was to perform her balloon act, and Uendo was to do his soba glutton routine, and finally Master Tornado was to perform his time soba routine.
Oh, blood hungry kitten!
Her Japanese surname, Sempute, comes from Sempu, which means hurricane, while Te typically forms part of a rakugo performer's title. Her Japanese given name, Puko, comes from Fu, which is the onyomi of the character meaning wind.
Oh!
Wow. That's something. Huh.
Wind gale.
Uendo discovered the victim's body upon entering the room after Bucky left. Before Bucky came to the theater, Geiru was outside feeding her dog a number of dumplings. The dog buried his leftovers in the yard.
You can't feed dogs dumplings.
Apparently.
It doesn't have the nutritional things that they need to grow up strong.
Hallway from the front dressing room. Before I discovered the body, the only person who had gone there was Bucky. I was in the yard, but the door was wide open, so I could keep watch on the dressing room.
Mm-hmm. And just send a map at that.
Yeah, sure.
Objection!
So you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard. Is that correct?
That's right. The door out into the yard was wide open.
Mm-mm. Sorry, but that makes zero sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There is a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness's testimony.
I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. Please point out what contradicts the witness's testimony.
I guess we're just gonna go for this little door here.
Go for the door.
Yeah.
Boop. Ooh.
Geiru was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackquill even saw her there. And while she was out there, the doorway to the yard had been left open.
Oh, I see.
Yes, if the door to the yard was wide open, as Geiru said, it would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see in the dressing room.
What? No way!
But even if there were admittedly a few moments Geiru was not keeping watch, how much could that really affect this case?
Oh, enough.
It would greatly affect this case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackquill stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen.
Whoa.
Yeah, double slap.
Geiru, why did you try to hide the fact that you weren't watching the dressing room?
What?
Hide the fact? You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely simply a simple oversight. Right, witness?
Well, I was so shocked by what happened, I was just confused, that's all.
Even though she is trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is that she is being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected.
Yes, it must be very difficult indeed.
To a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. The way this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. Poor soil? Poor soil? Hello? All I can say is, defense attorneys are heartless creatures indeed.
But I wasn't! That wasn't what I was trying to do.
It is beyond your comprehension. Is it beyond your comprehension, defense? Your unskilled argument is scarring this witness even further. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I'm sure they would agree.
Their opinion is irrelevant,
What? The gallery doesn't get a say in this.
right?
Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you? Or perhaps you are in the wrong? Listen to them now with that keen sense of hearing you are so proud of.
This is bullying and I don't like it. What a
Yep.
jerk.
He's right, that was harsh.
She didn't have to go that far.
I'm sorry for the witness. And why is the lawyer's outfit so yellow?
No, I was just trying to find the truth. Why is the whole gallery siding with Prosecutor Sedmati?
The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong.
No, they don't. That lawyer's still in training, isn't she?
Why is she all by herself? I hear the voices of the gallery. I can hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here, fighting by myself.
Oh boy, if what I think is gonna happen happens, oh boy.
Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to trial with such paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once.
What a jerk.
But I can't give up. I have to keep pressing on.
Yeah.
Pressing on.
As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door, the defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackquill and Geiru's testimonies.
Even now you would continue to resist? You are childish in defeat as well, I see.
It's nice to see her stand up for herself.
I'm not out for the count yet, Buster. I'm just getting started.
Despite your posturing, is it not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment? With but a little push, you would surely succumb to despair. A little push, such as with this piece of conclusive evidence.
Conclusive evidence, huh?
That is correct. We found a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime.
Hey, Ibrahima Homa.
Tom always somehow drifts back into southern accents with his voices. I love it.
Oh.
I'm glad you do. I'm surprised. I don't feel like I go into southern. I feel like I end up drifting into something from the East Coast a lot.
I think when it's women, you tend to go southern. The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused, Bucky Wheat. He spelt it in noodles.
Oh, much better.
Oh.
Look at these Japanese playing cards, known as karuta, lined up on the table. These special English version karuta cards spell out a message.
Actual localization sweating right now.
That message, wet number 4.
Wet no 4? You mean wet noodle number 4?
Yes, wet noodle number 4, as the 4th head chef of Wet Soba is also known. This message points to none other than the accused, Bucky Wheat.
No!
That makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor.
Okay, you know what? I doubt that this is it, but I would love to see a case where the name written in blood or in a dying message actually is the killer.
person. Yeah.
You know? Wait, never mind. Don't say anything, chat. I just realized that what I said was stupid. Never mind. You shut up.
So stupid.
Oh no! This is really,
Don't spoil
really
anything.
bad!
Shut your mouth,
What
chat.
do I do?
The localization team simultaneously quit upon looking at this case. Just get the script. Now make it American. They have some very specific Japanese cards in there. Make it American.
Yeah.
These special English Japanese cards. Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of this irrefutable evidence?
You can say whatever you want, but we must know.
It is cruel to give the accused false hope. You will only compound his suffering. Wise people of the courtroom, do you not agree?
He's right. It's cruel to make him suffer when there's conclusive evidence.
What an incomplete noob! I feel bad for the victim and the defendant. What? But I'm trying to prove Mr. Wet's innocence here.
I know you can hear them, defense. Their voices implore you to save the accused soul. It is time for you to let it go and move on, you inexperienced lawyer. You lack the competence in which to, or with which to accomplish anything meaningful here.
Is he right? Is this too much for me to handle on my own?
What good is she doing anybody? She should just quit right now. Now, defense. Leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Silence.
Doom. Doom.
Oh, he's doing it!
He's trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial, Athena. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man.
It's literally black versus white right now.
Simon!
Wasn't that old spy game that was like that?
Yeah.
Fop doodles. And you fop doodles in the gallery. Can't a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn the trial around.
Does that prosecutor really think she can turn things around?
The mood in this courtroom is starting to change.
Prosecutor Blackquill, what are you doing at the defense's bench?
I grew bored of watching from the gallery. Besides, if I were to leave this trial to the spring chick and lose my favorite soba shop in the process, I would be quite cross.
You voluntarily stand at on the side of impurity and sin? Truly, what a fool you are. The UI is updating tomorrow. I didn't know this was happening, otherwise I would have prepared something, but I can't do it on the fly, because it doesn't work like that.
To think, you were so easily manipulated by his pawn
It only
tricks.
works for Phoenix Wright one because there was a blank side.
Whatever happened to qualified and capable Athena?
I just let my guard down a little, but it won't happen again.
Then gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle.
I'm not girding up anything in this skirt. But I am ready to get serious.
It seems there is now yet another soul I must cast down into hell.
I was in prison for a long time.
No, I have the art. I just didn't have it until like 3 minutes after the stream started, so I don't have anything for the overlay.
And hell sounds no worse than cell, to be honest.
Hey, my no robe!
I never thought I'd miss the physical abuse from prosecutors. This verbal abuse is far more cruel.
Yeah, it's mean, right?
Yeah.
Ah, but the fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. For the sin you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life. A white and black reverse panda, that is.
What? Wait a second.
I want a reverse panda. And you shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule.
No one would ridicule that panda. They would say he's the cutest thing ever.
Oh, wow. How amazing that this is the reversed panda. People in this somebody in chat named Reversed Panda.
A threat like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackquill.
Cut to Prosecutor Blackquill literally shaking and crying.
After all, he's already used to looking like a panda in this life.
Who are you calling a panda?
Sorry.
I see that you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation.
And there's a Reversed Panda in the chat right over there.
Hey.
All right.
Geiru, thank you for your service. You may step down now.
Okie dokie, bye-bye balloon.
Does everything have to be about balloons with her?
I'll inflate a few things in this courtroom.
Now then. I have a witness prepared to testify about the Karuta cards.
And who is the witness this time?
The first to discover the body and someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand. Mr. Uendo Tornado. The time has come for that ponytailed pair over there to finally let it all go and move on.
Very well, let's bring in this witness then.
Yeah, they both are ponytail wearing.
Oh my.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh. Well, this is interesting. I don't know. I mean, you don't have anybody, so.
I'm the Rakugo. What? Rakugo.
Rakugo.
I am the Rakugo storyteller Uendo Tornado. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I wouldn't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested. After all, that'd be a Raku no-no. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Oh my god, he's actually leaving. No.
Okay.
Hold it.
You can't leave yet. You've only just introduced yourself.
Oh, my. Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like my autograph? One moment.
Oh.
Ow! What do you think you're doing?
No need to stand on ceremony. My fan deserves a fan after all. A fan for a fan. Nice one. Oh, why, if it isn't Simon. How are you on this fine day, sir? Quite a dilly of a pickle we found ourselves in, wouldn't you say?
I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Uendo.
Never performed in a place like this, you know. I got butterflies here, can't you see?
Why do I always get the weird ones?
Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand.
Oh, monobrobe.
I just googled reverse panda, and apparently Simon's gonna be reborn as a wristwatch.
Huh.
Well, all
Interesting.
right then. Thank you so much, monobrobe. Oh, I suppose you're right. In that case, I was promoted to Futatsume yesterday.
Futatsume.
Futatsume. Yeah.
Futatsume
Close though.
yesterday, and received the stage name of Uendo. The show was our way of celebrating my new name and middle rank standing.
Oh my.
And then that happened.
Lady voice.
Huh. I never dreamed something like that ever happened, not in a million years.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing like a Rakugo performance, so these voices are changing like our voices would change. And he's like acting out like a lady type thing.
And just as I got my chance to start repaying my debt to Shisho, too. Yeah, plus, I'm worried about Geiru. The way she clung to Shisho, poor thing. I told her to keep a stiff upper lip. Stiff like rigor mortis. Keep telling those lame jokes and Shisho will come scold you from the grave. I wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know, if it meant seeing him again.
Uendo, please. As charming as your various characters are, this isn't a Rakugo stage.
Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene, the proof of the accused's guilt.
I noticed Shisho's dying message right away. The stiff card right there next to the stiff, you see. Hey now, enough with silly puns already. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew I must have been talking about Bucky. And
That was the master's final message, left as he was drowning in soba broth. It's so like show not to write Bucky's name outright, plain and simple. Wasn't his style.
Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual. The variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid.
Thank you, thank you.
But he shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor. And Uendo, the murder weapon hasn't been determined yet. So how can you say the victim was drowned in soba broth?
It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the...
Crime scene.
He was found with his face shoved in a bowl. It's only natural to assume he was drowned in the broth or noodles.
Except we're not here to assume things, Uendo, so please stick just to the facts.
Goodbye, it's so like Soba Chef to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? And with the Garuda message left behind, it's clear Bucky Wet did it.
Setting aside the issue of the murder weapon for now. That dying message certainly does seem to be irrefutable evidence.
Indeed, it proves the absolute guilt of the accused.
Even I've got to admit that I can't see how the message could mean anything else.
Bucky was sober for the deed. All to get back at the sober shop deed. Oh, I see. He's seated on a bunch of cushions.
This testimony makes Mr. Wet look super guilty. I have to do something.
That's his conclusive evidence. What a farce.
What do you mean, Simon?
What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help.
I did, and I won't. Thank you very much. Simon must have found an inconsistency in the testimony. I'd better listen carefully and try to see what he found.
Oh, the cushions indicate how much the audience likes you or something like that. Sort of like when you're watching Rocky Horror Picture Show and you're supposed to throw toast at them.
Oh.
I don't
Oh.
I don't understand it, but that's part of the show.
I shouldn't have touched it.
Uendo, when you saw the cards on the table,
Well, oh, thank you.
what made you think they were Master Tornado's dying message?
Well, it was a coded message right there next to the body. I'm sure anybody would have thought that they were there to name his killer. I love murder mysteries and often watch them on TV.
Oh, I see.
I saw a similar scene during a murder mystery marathon last Tuesday. I saw you last Tuesday. That's what made me think this must be a dying message. The stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, you see.
The cards were on the table your master's body was slumped over, right? You must have been surprisingly calm to notice them at that time.
As I said, the stiff cards were right next to the stiff, so they were hard to miss.
But wouldn't it have been more natural to notice the victim's death rather than the cards?
The message just caught my eye because the stiff cards were right next to the stiff.
Yes, but that fact hardly seems significant enough to make a person take note of them.
Stiff cards next to the stiff.
So basically, there was no real reason for them to catch your eye, was there?
Also, aren't the cards sitting on top of the liquid?
You know, enough with the silly puns already. Hey.
Please laugh.
You gotta press this.
This one?
That's right. I need you to give your testimony, not perform a scene. Please remember you're on the witness stand, not the stage.
But look at all these wonderful people in the audience. Oh, it's only natural for an entertainer to want to have them fun. Hee. I guess you can let a few jokes slide, right?
The inevitable bleeding of your work into other areas of your life. I know how that is. I find myself being unwittingly judgmental in my personal life, too.
Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Well done, Your Honor. Guess you can judge a judge by his cover. Guess you can't judge a judge by his cover.
I advise the defense not to be so critical of the witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Much obliged, hee.
I like how like the judge's personality is part of the reason why these gags slide a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Really great.
Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky.
The cards do spell out wet no 4, which could be interpreted as wet noodle number 4, I guess. I suppose you took this to mean Bucky Wet.
There's only one wet noodle around here. And you've seen that giant 4 on his back. It's the only interpretation that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. But wait a minute.
What is it?
What if there's another wet noodle in the area? What? Did I say something strange?
Bucky is the sole heir to the shop. So enough with the ludicrous straw grasping.
Hey, how was I supposed to know?
Just listen to the testimony again and find the glaring inconsistency.
That was the master's final message, left as he was drowning in soda broth.
So the victim lined up those cards in his final moments? How can you be so certain that that's how it went down?
That would be so impressive.
Right?
To like have someone have your head pushing into a bowl of noodles, and while you're drowning, instead of like trying to fight for your life, you're instead, because again,
Blindly,
like blindly and
Yeah.
not really knowing who's behind you,
Yeah.
spelling out a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay. As far as not knowing who it is,
Yeah.
there is a mirror in that room.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. So he would have been able to see who was assaulting him.
How can you be so certain that that's how that went down?
I know Shisho. He never would have let someone get the last word on him, even in death. With his face in the soba broth and his consciousness fading away, he left a message that pointed towards Bucky as he left this world.
Yeah, like I totally get the whole dying message in blood thing. Like you're bleeding out, you realize that like it's so bad, you have no way to, like for help, and you're just like, oh well, I can't move, and this is
Yeah.
all I can do, so I'll do this. I get that, but this is like what?
It's the only way it could have happened.
Wait. The only way? Now you're just speculating.
Look, a dying message is something that you leave as you're dying, right? I saw a scene like that in a detective show.
Oh, did you? Did you really? Interesting.
Uendo, we have a saying in my country: silence is more precious than diamonds. Please do not speak any more than is necessary.
But talking is my livelihood, you know. I talk all the time, this and that, truths and untruths. I can't stop myself from talking.
Hopefully he'll stick to the truths without any of those untruths.
It's so unlike Shisho not to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style.
But don't you think it's strange? Could a dying person really leave such a convoluted message?
Even in the throes of death, it was in Shisho's nature to throw in a twist somehow. Truly the consummate. Oh,
Hey,
Simon,
Simon-o.
thank you.
Thank you for becoming a golden waffle friend.
Hey, nice, thank you.
And I hope to see you tomorrow night at Members Date Night.
Oh, yeah.
The consummate entertainer till the very end, don't you think?
We gotta talk about that. Might do something weird for that one.
Was he really that great of a man, Simon?
It would have been no easy task, to be sure. Objection. Objection. But who knows? He wasn't an entertainer for 55 years for nothing.
If I ever bite the big one like that, I want to leave a message as good as she shows.
Well, let's hope it never comes to that. Simon, are all Rakugo artists like this?
It's hard to say. It could simply be the eccentricity of an entertainer, or perhaps he's hiding something.
Well, he doesn't have to entertain people in a court of law. And if he is trying to hide something, maybe it'll show up as a contradiction or something. Something.
I noticed Shisho's dying message right away.
Simon's statement, invitation, the deed. I mean, do we just hit him with the bowl noodles and like there was nothing found in his lungs?
Oh.
Like, is that just as simple as it is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth a try, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that easy.
There's a contradiction in Uendo's testimony.
And would you care to explain where, Miss Sykes?
Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs.
Ah, yes, it does say that, doesn't it?
If he had drowned in a bowl of soba, then there should have been some soba broth in his lungs. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soba broth.
Oh, what?
This is the contradiction you noticed, isn't it, Simon?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I guess I showed you.
But if drowning in the soba broth wasn't the cause of death, then when was the victim's face thrust into that bowl?
Typhoon Tornado's face was thrust into the bowl.
I guess after his murder.
Because no soba broth was discovered in the victim's lungs, his head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's when the soba broth must have been spilled onto the Karuta cards. In other words, the victim could not have lined up the cards as he was drowning.
Yeah, and like the spill pattern of the cards is all wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can see where it's stained and it's gonna like rearrange something else.
Well, the cards are on top of the broth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that too, but like there, you in the picture they were like stained a certain way, and it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle almost.
Yeah.
Oh, they were stained. I just thought that was colored.
No, yeah, they're stained by whatever it was.
Oh.
I see. So it was done after he was already dead. But why would the culprit do such a thing?
I'm afraid I don't know yet.
Oh, hey.
You boast of psychological expertise, yet you cannot determine such a simple motive. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity. My sides are moving on their own.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What? And I suppose you know why?
Of course. Desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity to the part of the perpetrator.
Yeah, absolutely, Adam. It's very neat.
Yes, I suppose that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings towards the victim.
Feelings of resentment over the theft of the soba shop's deed, no doubt.
Just great. Now the judge has an even more unfavorable impression of Bucky.
Silence.
Must you come undone at every juncture? If the culprit had enough time to set up Master Tornado's body, do you think they would have failed to notice the dying message?
Good point. The cards were right in front of the body after all. Rationally speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that, huh?
But was the accused rational at the time, given the way he stormed out of that room?
Never mind that. I have something more important to ask Uendo.
Me?
You saw the Karuta cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos show us precious little of what I wish to know.
Well, those cards came from Shisho's special soba scenes of Tokyo Pass set. Each card is related in some way to soba.
Spare me the history lesson. Just tell me how the cards looked at the scene and no more.
Well, there was soba broth spilled all over them.
That's not much help, I'm afraid. Prosecutor Sadmati, do you have a photo that shows the cards more clearly?
Yeah, that's right. Give me that evidence.
I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor.
This will be your undoing. Perfect.
Yeah, it is the spill pattern. I just thought they were different.
Yeah,
colored.
it's very weird how, like, the one with the puppy is sitting in it and the bottom still isn't getting wet.
Yeah.
Is a bit odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's most certainly going to spell something else.
The 3 is in the right place, though.
Mm-hmm.
Or E, I guess.
Oh, and actually, the T might be as well.
Yeah, no, the T is not, the N goes where the T is, I think. Yeah. And are we playing this game right now? Because it spells...
Well.
Okay, never mind.
Telling prosecutor Sad Monks.
Oh, Sad Monty, Sad Monks. I get
Hey.
it.
Tearing prosecutor Sad Monk's conclusive evidence apart should be a breeze with this.
Huh?
Don't tell me you haven't noticed.
Don't be silly. Of course I have. Not noticed anything, but I can't exactly say that now, can I?
Oh, Tina, sweetie.
It's so obvious that you should say it first.
Poor localizers, though.
Miss Sykes, do you really see a problem with the prosecution's claim about these cards? Well, go on then.
All right. It's do or die. All I have to do is study the picture and... These cards!
Were rearranged.
All of those answers seemed correct, though. Contain a contradiction. Are a riddle.
Oh, shit.
Were rearranged.
These cards were rearranged.
But how can you tell?
Please take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer is right in front of us.
Where exactly should we be looking?
Soba broth stains.
Please focus your attention on the soba broth stains on these cards. The outline of these stains don't match up with the larger stains on the table.
Oh, it's a stain. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And?
Please recall that the soba broth was spilled and got on the cards after the murder, when the victim's face was placed in the bowl.
Yes, go on.
By the stains, we can see the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client.
What? Then, if we put the cards back in their original positions...
We can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing towards.
That's true.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's do this. All I have to do is rearrange the cards so that the stains match up.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Where was this W card originally? It was there, in that position.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to, like...
Or you just point at it?
Oh, I guess I clicked percent, probably. I tried A, but...
Perfect. Okay, the H card is next. Let's see. Where was this H card originally?
Oh no. Wait, maybe right here?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
seems
I
like
think
the
that.
only one, yeah.
Yes! Now the E card. Let's see. Where was the E card originally?
Eh.
A perfect match. Next up, the T card. Let's see. I think it prefers to be called Mr. T card, actually. Where was it originally?
Yeah.
Wee.
Great! That fits right in there. Now the N card. Let's see. Where was the N card originally? There, that looks good. Now O. Let's see, where was this O card originally?
Oh, yeah, I mean, obviously.
Nice. Almost done now. The last card is 4. Let's see, where was this 4 card originally?
Owen the 4th?
So the message, wet number 4, or wet no 4, was originally supposed to say, Owen 4th. And this original message is our clue to the identity of the true culprit.
What?
That indignant look on Prosecutor Sadmonk's face is positively priceless.
This is absurd!
So it was originally Owen 4th!
It wasn't wet no 4?
Oh, well, maybe the lawyer's smarter than we thought.
Order in the court. Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye.
Transformers!
So, now that that's settled, what does this Owen 4th mean?
Wait, am I?
Who else do you suppose is to provide an explanation? Of course it's you.
But I hadn't thought that far ahead yet.
Change the cards around all you'd like, but you cannot explain what the message means. Then it is as worthwhile as you are, defense.
No!
That's bullshit, though. We just tore apart your conclusive evidence, okay? Because Owen 4th is not wet number 4, okay?
And so the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to earth.
I have to do something, but what?
Still your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over there.
Oh, right. That's a good idea. Come on, Athena. Get a hold of yourself. Uendo, does the phrase Owen 4th mean anything to you?
No, there's no one named Owen in the Tornado family or our circle of friends.
Go ahead, ask anybody you like.
You can't be serious.
Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have, as expected, turned up nothing.
Silence.
I said worthwhile oopsies. Oopsie poopsies, I made a fucky bucky.
I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this Owen 4th is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Whet. That in itself proves that the defendant isn't the real culprit.
Prosecutor Blackquill is right. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather, who rearranged the cards?
You know, as much as I, would love Athena to, do her own thing and be strong and independent, I do really enjoy the team of Blackquill and Athena.
It's really dang
Athena, because, I guess, Apollo kind of came into his own this game, and he was acknowledged, so maybe, 3 games from now we'll get that for Athena. But for now, we can enjoy this. Why didn't you point out earlier if you already knew?
Sorry. In any case, there were 2 opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. The first was when Mr. Wet entered the dressing room, and the second was when Uendo discovered the body.
Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards?
Me, who came to testify to the goodness of my heart.
Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming right away, did you? Even a mere 2 to 3 minutes is more than enough time to get up to some devilry. So, what exactly were you doing in there, Uendo? Put down the tea and spit out your answer.
So you think this is lizard voice?
Yeah, Mr. Prosecutor.
Oh, because you're thinking of those lizards that do the thing with their gills or whatever, the frills.
Neck.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is.
The Pope can also do that, though.
Yes.
It's Pope voice. Go for Pope voice.
What's a guy supposed to do at a time like this?
Pope's a lizard person, obviously.
Silence is more precious than diamonds, witness. Therefore, you need only stay silent. The defense is devious. They are waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue.
Oh, I see. So that's what they're after, is it? In that case.
You only make a slip of the tongue if you're lying.
Or you're a lizard with 2 tongues. Easy to trip over that. Your Honor, I've decided not to say another word.
Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected by law.
Well, Prosecutor Blackquill, any other brilliant ideas you'd like to share?
Did you hear that, Sykes Dono? A Rakugo artist who's afraid to speak. Who's ever heard of such a thing?
Oh, calling him out. Are you trying to taunt him into talking? Such a petty trick will never work.
Coming from you.
That's right. I'm not gonna fall for it.
I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, is it not your job to tell your tales if there's an audience to listen?
Even so, I have the right to refuse to answer.
The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk. That's simply human nature. Isn't that right, people of the gallery?
Oh, shit!
I like how they're finally justifying the witness talking themselves into jail.
Even with this wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk. If so, then perhaps you chose the wrong line of work, my friend.
Oof.
Are you saying I should quit? Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind, I'll have you know. Oh no, never mind what you said. It is scary to talk. It's absolutely terrifying.
I don't know. I get a feeling of like high pitchedness for this. I don't know. Just my thing.
It is scary. But now, as a Rakugo artist, I must talk. If I don't, how can I ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor, I'm ready to testify.
He did it! He managed to convince Uendo with his power of suggestion technique.
That sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh line.
He did it! He managed to convince Uendo with his power of suggestion technique.
Power suggestion technique? What's that?
It's where he convinces the crowd and the audience in order to sway the influence of the defendant so that the defendant testifies.
Wow. But what does Pot of Greed do?
Pot of Greed allows you to draw 2 cards.
Wait. Bully for you, Uendo. That's as a real Rakugo artist should be. All right. If the witness wishes to testify, then by all means, please do.
To be turned by such an obvious ploy. What a man of weak spirit.
I think it's the opposite. He's a man strong to his convictions, you know? A weak spirit would be to, like, back off or whatever.
He's a performer through and through.
But he did it his way.
I guess we're gonna have to get this testimony next time.
Yeah. I guess
Oh my!
Oh my god!
What?
How the time does fly.
How the time
Vroom
doth
vroom.
fly.
I gotta put stuff up on the board. Don't forget to like the video. Why not? YouTube, subscribe.
So, listen, unless something drastic happens along
Yeah.
this game, and I don't want to know if it does, I'm just
Yeah.
voicing an opinion.
Okay, we're theorizing. This is a theory.
No, I'm not even theorizing.
We're not even
It's an
theorizing.
opinion.
Sorry, it's an opinion.
No, Yuta is by far my least favorite prosecutor.
Yikes, me too.
The only thing good about him is his voice.
Me too. Matt Mercer is a god. I put your
Yeah.
vocal cords in my throat, Matt.
Yeah. So again, I know that we haven't seen the full game, but that's my current opinion,
My
subject to
current
change.
opinion.
TM.
Yeah.
What is that? Working? You know, it's like working title.
Yeah.
Working opinion.
133 likes. I'm gonna have to do some math, and I bet by the time I do math, you're gonna be at 140.
Absolutely, I do like pain more. I do prefer pain, all of them. Don't ask me to rate the pains. I guess the pain that tried to kill a child might be on the bottom rung of that.
I don't know.
On the bottom rung of painness.
Yeah, Nayuta, he just isn't,
disagree.
he's not nice.
I mean, Von Karma's an asshole, but like at least he was like, I don't know, he was just like, you know, when those really cool villains, you're like, wow, he's a bad dude, you know?
Yeah.
Bad
and
guy.
he was really good at being a bad dude and stuff. I don't know.
And GD's right. Like, the only good thing about Nayuta so far, in my opinion, is his aesthetic. He's aesthetic AF, so good. Don't let a pretty boy convince you that he's not an asshole just because he's pretty.
I still think he's like Marge Simpson.
Yeah.
Lost to.
Well, homie.
I would love to hear Marge voice do that chant.
Which chant? Oh,
Homie.
Sashino Tashi?
I know
wonder if I
that.
can find
Okay,
it.
so Simon did like something kind of similar, but I don't know. There was like more. There was more. Like it's hard for me to like really explain this well in the time that I have. But and again, he was redeemed, right? Like he's so cool right now. There wasn't like such a malicious. I don't know. He did it differently. You know, it always felt like there was good intentions hidden behind what he was doing, even if it seemed a little mean, you know?
Yeah. I also think like just he did it in a bit cooler of a way. Like it was more interesting and dynamic to watch play out versus just like I am the good guy.
Yeah.
And,
And GD says, Nayuta just says you're an asshole without explaining why. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he yeah, like I know it's part of his like bit to always use the word putrid and whatnot,
Putrid,
but
yeah.
I don't know. Like, and I don't think that the reuse of the word putrid is particularly like funny or creative.
Yeah.
I guess if that makes sense, because he just like
Well, okay.
whatever they are, and putrid like his metaphors
Yeah.
for what they are, like egg yolk and
Yeah.
chick and red pepper. I think those are creative and funny.
Yep.
Would you like? I think that putrid was mistranslated from rotten.
No,
Because-
but
'cause
would
he
that
make-
would that make a difference? Though?
Yeah, because he does food things. Like you're an egg, you're a red pepper, and food goes rotten.
What if that's like a foreigner thing though, where he's
Maybe.
foreign and I don't know.
Well, like this putrid can mean similar things to rotten. Like,
It can, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Putrid is a fun word to say. It's
I take
different.
I take umbrage with the Kurainist people in general because their
I like
English
moving
is
to China.
superior to the native English speakers, which is typically the case when people learn English because they know a lot more than
that's
native English
true,
speakers.
but I don't know if like, and I think it might be something weird going on because I don't know if we've ever established like canonically that the judge and all the Kurai native people are speaking English. I know that Nayuta is speaking English. I think we addressed that,
Yeah.
but I don't know about them. So I'm not sure if there's some sort of like translation thing that is just kind of being glossed over for the sake of convenience.
Because like Rafa uses big words, Nayuta uses big words,
yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know if big words would be. I don't know. It's fine though. Do you want me to do the Marge Simpson thing for the whole thing?
Do it, yeah, for sure. It'll be like the
Forever.
Naruto thing. Everyone will
Hi,
love it.
homie.
And somebody
Satora
messages,
imo omano domo samashite tashinuke tareka sayosoroka, homie.
and then somebody tweet
pretty
this
good.
stream at Matt Mercer and Capcom
Why?
so they can see it the way that it came out.
No, Matt Mercer's great. He's the best part of it.
I didn't say that he wasn't. I said so. Tweet the Marge voice at
Oh.
it so you can know.
That's
what
definitely a joke that needs a little explanation, which means it's a bad joke. But yeah.
What? No, the joke was good, Clay. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't. It was just a silly observation. A wandering of the mind.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the other thing, Ashikar. Like, he that's what bugs me about him as well, is that like, you know, he gets so utterly proven wrong, and I thought that there would be like a question, like I guess like what happens to Rafa, where Rafa's whole world is turned upside down.
Yeah.
I expect that to happen every single trial with Nayuta, but he just comes back like literally reset to square one with his exact same demeanor and beliefs and like thing, and it's like, well, you know, I can see the end of every trial, but it's been wrong every flipping time the last like 4 trials, but it's okay, I'm just gonna keep doing the same damn thing and not like learn anything for someone who's really smart, you know. But yeah, I don't know, it's a bit weird.
I'm hoping for a big turnabout.
I refuse your reality and replace it with mine own.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know, Suzu. They all change at some point, though. Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, you know what's funny? Like, most of the prosecutors we deal with are kind of working on the inside, like, to go, like our goals are actually aligned most of the time. But they're doing it, like, they're pushing us or whatever. They're kind of like acting like, like Godot, Blackquill, Edgeworth, kind of like, I don't know. I guess like they were all after the truth. I don't know.
Well, I kind of think that this is an act because there's been many a times where it's like, oh, you were friends with Apollo when you were little, and the rebel was like, you should know better than anyone else, Nayuta, and he was like, I don't say anything in response to your your I'm a rebel thing.
Yeah. But hey, that stuff we're gonna find out later, right? And he is talking to Edgeworth quite often.
Quite often.
Maybe Edgeworth is a bit more involved in this game than we're led to believe.
I hope he shows up at the end.
At the end, yeah. I love it when he does. I hope he wears his glasses too. Oh my god!
I love when he wears his glasses. He can see me better that way.
Edgeworth.
Oh yeah, no spoilers. We're just talking, right? We don't want you to confirm.
That's why we wait till the
anything.
end, because nobody watches the end of the video.
It's true. This is the juicy bits.
Yeah.
I hope he arrives in his car playing that loud music.
Oh, his red sports car.
All right, well, we're going to get some food. We'll see you for more harm, or actually alternate ending shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's about that time, isn't it?
See you guys all
Later.
in 50 minutes. Goodbye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.